Hey guys, what's up? It's Looney TNT. So today we're going to talk about item level, and does item level really matter? Now, in all reality, item level has a big part of World of Warcraft, but in a lot of situations it doesn't mean very much. If you're a, let's say an 830 player and you're out DPSing an 840 player, you know, is that big of a deal? You know, they might have, you know, some gear that's a little bit over, you know, and let's talk about that. And the reason I started thinking about this heavily is because I just got a helmet from Karazhan. This helmet that I got is 890. That's pretty big. It's got haste and it's got mastery and it had a socket. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to put in my a 150 critical strike gem, so it gives me crit. What stats I'm looking for right now? So I'm looking for crit haste. So it gives me a bunch of haste. I don't want mastery, but it does give me mastery. Whatever. But is that good enough? And you might be thinking, well, yeah, it's an 890. But what I had was an 875. This 875 has crit versatility. I'm losing, you know, let's just say 900 crit because the gem. Let's say I'm losing around 900 crit. That's let's see how much percent that is. It has to be like what, a couple percent? 2%. 2% crit I'm losing. But I'm gaining 4% haste. It's pretty big, right? So, obviously, with the 890, I'm gaining a lot more agility. So, 2% crit is not necessarily the end of the world with an increase in my haste, with an increase in my agility. So what I'm thinking is, yeah, I'm gonna go with that helmet. But then I question it, right? And I don't think that should be a thing. I don't think eye level, right? And it, like, for me, I'm not really looking for the eye level, but in my eyes, eye level on gear means more stats. And I'm looking at the stats and I'm looking, all right, if I have more agility, does that counteract the crit? And, you know, there's just a big, long discussion that you can go with that. And let's talk about some other things because that one's a little bit interesting. I'm not sure which way to go. Obviously, I'm using the 890 right now. But, you know, let's look at this trinket, for example. I have this trinket that is an 865. Both of my trinkets, one of them's 855 and the other one's 850. So that's going to be, for the 850, a 15 eye level bonus. But I don't want mastery. This thing is that goo thing. It doesn't really work well for me. This trinket that, it's just great. I love this trinket, and this is the trinket that I'm sticking with. But to a lot of players, maybe not you guys, but to a lot of players, they would see that and they're like, that's a 15 eye level increase. I'm going to take that. And then they would swap it, right? And same thing with let's look at my back, right? It's an 865. It's got crit, haste. I want both of those. And it's got some avoidance. Okay, cool. I stand stuff a lot. I'll take that too, right? But it's got crit, haste. Those are the stats that I'm looking for. Amazing. Well, I got a back too. It's an 875. It's got crit. I want crit. But it's got mastery. I don't want mastery, right? So I'll be losing some haste, and I'd be gaining a little bit of crit, and I'd be gaining some agility, right? So it's like, well, which one do I go for? So there's those small little changes that I feel reforging would fix. And obviously there's like a bunch of like stuff that you can look at and figure out what's your best thing, you know. And Blizzard wants us to go with eye level. They want players to think, all right, it's an eye level bonus, so that should be the upgrade, right? It's a higher eye level, that should be the upgrade. They've been trying to do that, but I just don't see how they can do that with secondary stats. Because secondary stats are going to weigh so much more than eye level. So, like with some of my gear, I test it out a lot, and I use this, I use that, I use this, I use that, I figure it out. And overall, you know, it's more complicated than they were wanting it to be. They took out reforging for the simple fact that they didn't want you to be confused on if this is an upgrade or not. I feel I am way more confused than ever. And like my helm and my back, those are two fairly, they're not greatly hard decisions, but they are interesting decisions. You know what I mean? Because when you look at our stat priority goes agility, crit, haste. So agility should weigh more than crit, but to what extent? So that's where I'm kind of at with some items that I'm getting and things like this trinket. This trinket I'll never use. I keep it though because it boosts my eye level, right? Isn't that weird that we're trying to boost our eye levels? And item level right here is 867, equipped 865. So when I join a group, I'm looking for Q, it's going to say I'm 867. That's what it's going to tell people. All right, that's cool. I need every single eye level I can get as a demon hunter. I don't know if you guys have tried to queue up for demon hunters. I just get declined all the time in every single group. There will be a group that's like looking for DPS 840. I'll apply and get declined. And I'm like, why? How does that even make any sense? But, you know, demon hunters, nobody likes demon hunters right now. It's just the way it is. But we're amazing, guys. You should take like 3 of us. We're amazing. We're not amazing. We're pretty good. We're really good in AoE situations. Single target, I can understand why you're taking other classes. But dungeons, we're doing really well. So, take us. Alright, guys. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we should get reforging back? Does eye level really matter? You know? Like, I'm looking at Trade Chat right now, and I just saw looking for, I think it was Emerald Nightmare, 850 plus. Right? That's what they're looking for. They're looking for 850 plus, 8 this, 870, 8 this. 870 is like the number right now. Everybody's looking for 870 plus, and if you're not 870 plus, you're not getting into any groups. But, you know, for me to be 870 plus, I'm not going to have the gear that you're going to be wanting. You know what I mean? So, whatever. Alright, guys. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. Just wanted to talk about it a little bit. Little discussion on the helmet. What helmet would you pick if you were in my situation? Would you go with the 890 or would you go with the 875? Alright, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.